Test, test. Yep. Is anyone watching it on YouTube? Okay, let me see here. Can you hear me? All right. So let's see. Okay. Is everyone here yet? 1, 2, 3. And where do we start? Well, this is the start, I guess. Okay. Well, actually, I think I'm gonna take a few minutes here and review. Do you guys, any of you rewatch the video recently, the masterclass? Hello? I don't know what happened to the audio here. Can you guys still hear me? Something went wrong. All right. So as long as everyone can hear me. Why does it sound so quiet for me? Okay. clearly. All right. Okay, so I'll just review real quick, like the basic things. Um, so yeah, if you guys stop hearing my voice, let me know in the chat. All right. Okay. So we have, let's say, price going down, right? Bigger move down. Maybe we had some kind of consolidation or distribution over here, and the price just goes down. Then it starts to slow down, maybe, and makes one move like this, and then whatever, like keeps starting to accumulate. All right. This looks terrible. All right, anyway, okay. Um, wow, this does look horrible. Anyway, all right. So, yeah, damn, for me, this sounds cutting out right now. Okay. Anyway, so, like, what are we gonna measure with the fibs? This first move here, right? It's like the first pivot, first swing, right? We have a low and then a high, right? Can you guys still hear me right now? Oh my God, this stupid thing. I don't know what's going on. All right, anyway. All right, so this is what we measure, right? Take your, right? That's the first move, right? And then, yeah, we can have, there's one more, right? Move here that will take, sweep this low here, or these lows here, right? And then it takes off. Sometimes you will see maybe a second or maybe even a third sweep, right? But that's what I'm always saying. Well, you have to have something below here. Structure, right? And hopefully I won't forget. I was gonna mention one more thing about the market maker model. Um, yeah, you gotta ping the array around. Right. So we need something pretty significant, right? Like a new week opening gap, new day opening gap, higher time frame fair value gap, or if you guys like, or some of you like trading order blocks, like a order block, higher time frame order block, on the left somewhere, and then you just right extend it. Right, yeah, okay. And then, all right, so this is what I was going to mention about the market maker model, right? This is how ICT is teaching it. Where's my brush here? Okay. So for him, right, as he has it in his the pattern, for him, a market maker model like basically has to go above here, right? I think there is like one more be accumulation or two, and then but then price goes above this original consolidation, right? And then probably another consolidation here, right? Is because yesterday I mentioned, I think I told Nicholas, right? Watch the 5 minute on NQ because I think there is a market maker buy model forming, starting to form, right? Um, but then later in the day, we saw NQ, it didn't get above like that first or the original consolidation, right? It just didn't make it. So then technically, I guess if you want to be very strict of how ICT has his um, market maker buy model, yes, and on the 5 minute there was a right, and then ES, it did go above its consolidation, the original consolidation, right? But anyway, so but in Q didn't, so then technically, oh well, then you could say, well, it's not really a market maker buy model because it didn't go above here, but to me it is, right? To me, a market maker buy model doesn't have to take out these highs. It really depends, right? Maybe there is like a new week opening gap, right? Like right below here, right? And then that's why price will just stop here, right? Then to me, it's still a market maker buy model, right? And by the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed it. I think I do mention it in the video. Okay, wait. Let me catch up on the chat here. Yes, we got a yes on the phone. At what time and what date? Um, this is from Friday, AM, PM. I think this was well, basically no. This was like we had the big dump at the Open, the New York Open, or like right after. But we'll go and look at the actual chart of Friday. Right now he's going over. Yeah, thanks Friday. Okay, you don't need to any back testing software. I'm just following along. Right, it's you don't really need any extra back testing software. All right, so all right, now I have to backtrack a little bit. So again, I'm pretty sure I did mention it in the masterclass video, right? I think. You guys can tell me if you remember or not. I do not remember right now. Because what is a market maker buy model? Like this, right? Okay. But then price doesn't just stop, right? It continues. And then very often, not always, price goes down like here, like this. And then, so what is this now? Now it's a market maker sell model, right? So it's like until here, it's a market maker buy model. But then if price goes down like this, well, then now it has become a market maker sell model. So to me, it's like a market maker buy model a lot of times is just like the first half of a market maker sell model, right? And then same here too, like in ICT's perfect market maker sell model, price will go below this accumulation here. Again, to me, doesn't have to happen, right? Maybe this accumulation happened in like a right. Maybe we had like a new week opening gap here, right? And then price doesn't go below anymore, but starts another what accumulation here, and then goes back up again. So any question? Excuse me. Any questions about this so far? Because I think, all right, new new visitor 35 asked me the other day, by what when I asked you to drop video earlier. Yeah, I saw it. I didn't watch it yet, but yeah, let's see. I'm pretty curious. He keeps on he keeps on coming up with new content, new stuff, which is cool. But I'm really curious what he says there. All right. I like to watch the ones that relate to. Yeah, and I mean, he mentions it like every once in a while when he does like the review videos, like the market maker models. Okay, open it for a short moment and close it. The video. All right. Okay. Anyway, so let's see. I was going to. I don't know if you guys ever look at. Well, let me pull out real quick. If you guys ever look at the Wyckoff channel on the Discord, I think sometimes it could be helpful. I'm just gonna grab a copy here of this. Ah, so this is like the Wyckoff um, pattern or schematic, if you want. I did look at Wyckoff schematics in Discord, but I glanced and did not pay. Yeah. I mean, and there's like a bunch of them, right? Um, I honestly haven't managed to like memorize all of them. Sometimes I will see something on a chart. I'm like, oh, this looks familiar, and then yeah, it's like pretty close to one of those patterns. Um, in the accumulation, where you put the fib, at what point do you have confidence in low rivers? The sweep lower and rejection from the puny. Um, well, that's always a good sign. If it does a sweep, it sweeps and then rejects. It's definitely a good sign, right? Yeah. To me, I'm always looking at the -1, right? If it can't get above here, then um, I'm losing confidence that it's gonna actually go up, right? Um, and often you'll see um, like the opposite, right? Price will not go down, but hold on, let me draw like this line here, right? So you have the -1 here, and then price will like wick, you will see like a wick or like really fast move, and then bam, it dumps, right? Or maybe not dumps, but like a really fast move down, right? Fast move up and then fast move down. Then it's kind of like, okay, then also I might be thinking, okay, this might not work out. And obviously, then I want to see price at least stop here, right? When we have whatever here, the new week opening gap or higher time frame fair value gap or whatever, then I want to see price slowing down and then just move back up, right? If it doesn't, then yeah, obviously that's not good. I've heard of Vyckoff before. I never had an interest in it. Well, yeah, because honestly, I mean, I love ICT and everything, but if you will study Wyckoff a little bit, um, then it's like, yeah, I mean, it's really like basically the same thing, except for Wyckoff has a lot more smaller details, which you don't really always need, right? Um, but like this schematic here, it's like the basic one for accumulation, right? We have one sweep here of the low, and then one more, and then price takes off. That's really all you have to know, right? Is this first swing or pivot, right? It's low and it's high, and most of the time, this is what I measure, right? Um, most other ICT traders, they will tell you, oh, measure the last leg. So like, I guess maybe this here in this example, right? They'll measure the last leg, or they will measure the high and the low of like the whole accumulation. But most of the time, the most accurate will be to measure this first move here. You can, if you're not confident in this, right? And once you measure this with the fibs, right? Standard deviation, you look left to find like confluence of these projections on the left. Like this one here would have kind of worked out, right? If let's say here, right, -3, and then you have basically the high of this original consolidation, and it lines up pretty closely with the -3, or maybe sometimes -2, then you know, okay, that's a good sign that you probably measure the right thing, right? If you're not sure, okay, just measure this as well and then see if the levels line up with this one, or if these projections do not line up with anything on the left, then check if the projections of this leg line up with something on the left, right? But most of the time, like this is the best one to measure. All right, hold on. There is a lot of chats here. Okay, wait. I'm open. What? All right, hold on. I'm trying to catch up here. Okay, all right. So, okay. In the accumulation where you put the fib, at what point? Oh, okay, I answered that one. Sorry. Um, I've read a white copy for, yeah. Yes, I remember this from the masterclass and the Reddit post. All right. And does line up pretty, right, okay. All right. So the only thing, whoever, I don't know, who drew these schematics, right, the only thing is like, right, I mean, it's only schematic, right? So the ratios here obviously do not like represent what we're looking for, right? Like the -1 or -2, right? So again, so this is only like a schematic, like there will be a sweep, right? Here, the sweep looks very small, even this one, right? In reality, most likely, especially compared to this first swing here, the sweeps will look a lot deeper than this here, obviously, and this one. Um, right. Okay. So, yeah, if you guys want to check out these schematics on the Discord. What's next here? Any more questions? Um, I feel like I'm forgetting something right now, but let's just jump in here. So this is Friday, right? I definitely think I'm forgetting something now that I wanted to mention. Anyway, I can't remember right now. Um, try me. Okay. Yeah, now I remember. Um, because again, Mew asked me. Okay, I think we should draw that 1 hour. It's at 9:30 a.m. Market maker. Okay, wait. When you're done explaining market maker, can you explain any other confluences you use, such as indicators, volume profiles? Okay, yeah, I mean, um, if you look at my really old videos on the YouTube here, yeah, sometimes I will look at volume, volume profile. Let's see. Is that breaking up for you guys right now? issues with the sound. Can you guys hear me? Okay. I don't know, on my end, like, keeps on sounding like it's cutting out. Huh, okay. So resist indicator, fractal model. I really only use it so I can see like the daily candlesticks here, daily candles, right? It's kind of convenient. You don't have to switch around if you want to see the daily candles, and you can set up any any time frame candle here you want. Where is it in here? Yeah, so you can add the 4 hour or well, 1 hour, 90 minutes. Anyway, this is one I've been using recently. Sometimes I'm hearing a little bit of streaming stutter. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. This one here. Let's go to the 5 minute here. Yeah, if you add all of these, then your chart is gonna get pretty busy, right? But this is a good one here. Super order block. Sometimes you will just not see every single um, fair value gap, right? You just simply overlook it, right? So this one helps a lot. I don't know if I have the settings on this one posted on the Discord. I need to buy TradingView Pro. Only one. You should be able to use at least two, I think, unless they change that. It used to be always two. It used to be, I think, even three, and then two. Yeah, I think it's two, but they might have changed that again. Right. So yeah, these are the indicators that I use often. Let's turn this back on. I will turn this one off because it's just too busy, even for me. Okay. Is the stream off? What happened there? Did the stream like black out for a few seconds right now? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, um, I think it's YouTube. Who knows? Um, okay. Okay. All right. So these are the indicators here then. There's this one and this one is like secret sauce. So um oh yeah, one thing is again new new visitor 31. I know, sorry. 35. I don't know how you came up with the name, but you sound like a, yeah, 35. It sounds like a statistic on your website traffic. So, um, I never know what to call you on Discord. New or 35 or randomized Google Play games name for quite some time. Okay, yeah, I know, right? Well, here I see, well, AJ. All right. Well, if you don't change your name on Discord, I will just call you AJ. Keep it in random until boom and silent usable. All right. AJ. All right, because AJ asked, or I don't know if he asked. Hold on, what am I gonna do with this? Uh, this looks even worse now. Okay, no, let's actually look at the actual chart. Because I saw him, he started to button mash. Oh, okay. All right. He started to like on a 15-minute, I think it was, just like measuring like the first bullish candle, which that's not really what you actually are looking for. Sometimes, yes, the first bullish candle, if you're looking for, buy model, that could be the first move, right? The first swing or the first pivot, right? But we don't want just, oh, the first candle. It could be the first candle, right? It could be the first candle. It could make a swing if you check on the lower time frame, right? Um, and I really I shouldn't have put that in that video. I thought I'd just make it easier on people, but I made it a little bit more confusing. Um, because you should first kind of learn, you should be able to like know, like for example, what a what a candle looks like on a lower time frame, if that makes sense now. I need to look for a 15-minute frame. Um, okay. So I want a price to come to the end lot. Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. Uh, because here, right, what is the first swing? Swing low and swing high. It's not only the first candle, the first bullish candle, right? It's the first three, right? Swing low, swing high, and then price went down, right? So this is one swing, right? So if we're looking at the 15-minute, then what you would measure is this here, right? Because let's look at the 5-minute. See on the 5-minute, I can see, right, this candle here, right? Because now you can think, or you can try to imagine, what does this candle look like on the 1 minute, right? This could be like a whole swing, right? Um, Sound check. Can you hear me? Now it's working in here. And now let's check. Ah, let's make this a different color. Okay. So see, yeah. So now, right now, you could have said, okay, it makes sense to measure this first candle, right? Even though still also in this example, you all see like bullish candles, right? There is one little pullback here and here, right? So does this make sense? Like you can't be just like, okay, only measure the first candle, the first bullish candle. You know, that's not how it works. You can measure it if you think, okay, on the lower time frame, it probably made a swing. I mean, yeah, you have to be able to kind of imagine, okay, what did this candle look like on the lower time frame, right? Um, so yeah, I really should have not put that in the video because it's just, I think it's just confusing people more than it helps. Yeah, I think the audio cut out for a little bit again. I don't know why it does that. Oh, here again. Okay, so let's kind of review here. So this was pretty um, straightforward for me on ES. Um, like I saw this candle on the 5 minute, and this one, and then the next one, and then okay, this is starting to look like uh, the accumulation for a market maker buy model. So then after it made this move down here, then definitely like on the 15 minute, you can see that really nicely here, right? It's the first swing. It's like a swing. It's really, it's pretty big, right? So, um, but we just measure what we see, right? I'm gonna delete this one here. And then that's what I said on the Discord, right? We had a lot of confluence here on this level here. That's why I said, like, the potential for like the high of the day for ES for me is like, it's like right here, right? I didn't say, oh, I think, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go up there, but it seemed pretty likely. Um, and it was just like a potential, but if they go even above a little bit, but so we have confluence here, right? The -1 and this end dot, we had a daily volume imbalance. Again, volume imbalances, I love volume imbalances. It's like they're a magnet for price. Um, Even on the 1 minute, if price slows down, that's when I start to look at the 1 minute, and then I'm looking for volume imbalances on the 1 minute. That's like, really, if you understand like the basic concepts of ICT, it's all about gaps and inefficiencies, right? For value gap, it's an inefficiency. Volume imbalance is an inefficiency. And that's, again, it's like the very basic thing that ICT is teaching. Price likes to go back to inefficiencies, right? Where price was moving so fast that it left some liquidity behind, right? So it wants to go back, purge that liquidity, and then continue in the other direction. Up until this moment, I did not realize magnetic and standard deviation could be drawn in areas of such rapid. What rapid reversal? Like this one here. Schematic pictures gave me the assumption that we must see several minutes. Well, yeah, again, so this is what in the master class I call, it's a fast move slash TP move. But I mean, on the 1 minute, yeah, it was, I agree, it was rather fast, right? Rather fast, right? It spent like, I don't know, just a few minutes. 10:16 was a low here, and then, yeah, like 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah. Um, Here, I think I have an example of the fast move. Probably, technically, this is 1-2 here, kind of, right? But let me, in the 5 minute, yeah, on the 5 minute, it's really like, yeah, let's 3 minute. Just trying to give you a good, okay, on the 2 minute, all right. So this is an example of the fast move, right? So what is this really here? We have one move up and then down and then one, it's like a double top. I was making it more complicated than it is. Also, only one angle, single low wick instead of 2 or 3. Only one single low wick. Yeah, that's like kind of like the fast move, right? The fast accumulation. But here, this is a really good example. it's kind of like a double top, right? Um, that single low wick top is, well, yeah, I had it. I think it was, what was it? 1016. Pretty sure it was, yeah, 1016. Anyway, so this is a fast move here, right? Um, looks the best here, I think, on the 2 minute for the purpose of me explaining it. Right, again, well, it's a double top, right? Sometimes the first top gets wet by the second one. That's what happened here. Um, Sometimes there is the first top, and then the second top doesn't even sweep the high of the first top, right? So this would be an example of the fast move. Like it's like a, well, fast reversal, right? If you look at the 1 minute, you can see it's kind of a small accumulation, or I should say distribution. Oh, and here's one more thing I was going to mention. Sorry, I'm kind of a little bit all over the place. Um, but again, guys, this is like, if you want to ask questions, like, now's a good time because I can answer it pretty well and fast. I missed the highs, catching and not tapping shorts twice because I wanted to observe consolidation or more than one tap before it dumps. You should measure enough dumps. Yeah, I mean, right now, we're seeing like high volatility and pretty fast moves. You know, like price is moving with speed. It does slow down every now and then. Like here, kind of slowed down. But even here, the range was like 507. Yeah, like 10 points. That's still, you know, pretty good range for ES. Um, right, it used to be like a 5 point trade on ES. It's a pretty good trade. Now it's like 5 points. What's that? Like peanuts. Anyway, so here I already drew this is, well, now, you know now because we can see this, but where is the here? See, until price didn't make this move, we didn't see this move, right? We saw only this. Maybe you thought, okay, this is a another distribution, right? So again, we're looking for the first swing, and here it's kind of like, yeah, can you measure like this whole move here? Yeah, you could have, but really we're seeing the swing here, high, swing low, and another swing high. So really, this is like the first swing, right, of what looked like could be the actual distribution, right? The end of this market maker buy model, right? That's what you thought, AJ, right? Because yeah, we did have pretty good, pretty strong resistance here, right? We saw this big dump here. So yeah, you were right to assume that price might not go above here. Again, we did see this huge dump here. So yeah, a lot of resistance or liquidity that will stop the price from keep going above here. But I just saw so much confluence here and this projection of the standard deviation, right? The -1, -1. And then here, I could have, again, measured this for confluence, -2. Again, yeah, I can see measuring this like this here, right? Then I would have been like, okay, I'm, if I am, sorry, excuse me, if I would have been in a long, then okay, I would have saw confluence with the -1 here, and then the bottom of the volume imbalance and the bottom of the end dog. So to me, it would have been like, okay, this is my final take profit here, right? Even though I had a lot of things showing this level here, right? So yeah, but here, right, what I liked here, it pretty much aligned again with this level here, right? Here, maybe I will show you guys the Wyckoff distribution schematic real quick, because I think this could actually be helpful. Right. So you could have thought this here is this, right? It's the beginning, like the first swing of a distribution, right? It wasn't the actual final distribution. This was technically a re-accumulation because then we saw price go higher. But measuring this would have given you confirmation, more confirmation of this level here. Or again, this level here, which would have not been like the horrible, worst thing in the world. Okay, let me look at the chat here again. But there was P-Day higher up, and I was like 2 rejections, so we can have a third. Right, yeah. You mean a third rejection from here? Yeah, because another reason you could have thought, okay, this is a distribution because it was creating all this liquidity here, right? So you could have thought, okay, it's consolidating here, but then it's a distribution end of a market maker buy model. So now price will go back down here. It didn't. But again, I explained we had some good reasons to expect for the price to keep on going into this volume imbalance. Yeah, I think, where was that 1 hour? Um, I think this was the 1 hour that I mentioned earlier on Friday. Yeah, I think this was the one. Let's see here. Yeah. Um, right, this could have been like a 2022 model, except for price didn't come back up here anymore. 27 July, 7 a.m. The one is not touching. Okay. It's got two price projections and consolidation on the third tap, 2:30 p.m. Okay. Um, I lost my train of thought here, kind of. Any more questions? Is even higher. Yeah, I remember you had one on your chart, and then I drew one. 27. Okay, let me see. 27. 7 July, 7 a.m. 27. Oh yeah, right, right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this was a good one to have on your chart as well. Yeah, we saw a redistribution um here, right? And well, I left this on the chart here, but see, then to give you more levels for below, you can measure again the first swing when you see there is a most likely a redistribution, right? You didn't expect price to go back up again. I mean, to me, it was pretty obvious, right? I had this level here anyway as the high of the day. They go higher even, but I guess you were expecting also that price will go down, keep on going down lower, right? So once you see this redistribution, right, it's a consolidation, a bearish consolidation, right? Um, and this is the first swing of it, right? Um, oh yeah, I was going to show you guys the reaccumulation schematic. Again, all these are on the Discord and the Wyckoff channel. Reaccumulation. All right, let's see here. So with these schematics, right, it doesn't always like exactly have to be a match, right? Um, so we had one, like the first swing here, and then accumulation, which was here. Then let's move higher here in the schematic. It made a higher high. Okay. Um, it doesn't have to always, right? If it just, for me, if it comes close, like to these highs, you know, really close, like here it did, right? Kind of like an accumulation here again, and then one more, it'll move down and then up. Anyway, and when I see if price has been kind of bullish, right? Which it has been, right? Like the whole since 10:16 a.m. Price has been going up. It did retrace here, that's true, but see, it stopped here in the area, like around 50%, roughly, right? And then we didn't even have a body here closing below here, right? It's kind of like an end dog within an end dog, right? Okay. So when I see a consolidation and like it keeps coming back to these highs here, like, right, we had like relative equal highs here, right? And then, yeah, it was making liquidity here. But when you have these like equal highs here, relative equal highs, that looks pretty bullish. Like it wants to take this liquidity first before it takes this one here. That's what it looks like to me when I see something like this on when price is already pretty bullish. Um, okay, what else? Um, it's a thin one with super tight stop loss. Two dumb trades. I thought third time is the charm and it went in. Missed out on the first and second taps. Okay, so we went already a little bit over an hour. Um, let me know, guys, what you want to see. More questions, or what else do you want to see? I think I can finally see. Yeah, yeah. It will take a little time. Um, but again, once you see it, you'll see that you cannot unsee it, and then you will see that it's like everywhere, all the time, like here. I mean, again, this could be a fast or faster. Like, what is this here? What do you see here? Huh? What is this? A move down, accumulation, move up, market maker, buy model. If you wanted to go on a seconds chart, whatever, which I do not recommend, but this right here, market maker buy model, accumulation, up, and then it turned into a market maker sell model. Right? It came back to this accumulation here, and then anyway, like in general, because I am no longer restricting myself to the false assumptions I have. Oh, now I'm curious. What what were those? What kind of false assumptions did you have? the idea of accurately swing trading 3 to 700 points on NQ over a few hours with tight stop losses and one micro is more and more appealing as I learn this. Yeah, well, again, see, like 700 points. If NQ moves 700 points in one day, that's like a big move for NQ in one day. So you would have to long like the absolute low of the low of the day, and hold until the high. 300 points, yeah, I can see that. I mean, on like FOMC or like these earnings weeks or days, yeah, maybe you can do that. See here, I mean, it's everywhere. What is this? See, it's like continuous accumulation, reaccumulation, distribution, accumulation, reaccumulation, maybe another, yeah, it's another reaccumulation. And then we'll hear very fast reversal. Or if you want to, you can say like this whole thing here, right? Like this whole thing here, uh, distribution, right? And again, it's like these market maker models, I can't really, it's more Wyckoffean if you want, like market cycles, right? It's like these cycles within cycles, right? Again, here, this is a an accumulation, and yeah, I mean this was like an explosion. This week and probably next week too. It's like price is wild. Like this move was pretty crazy, right? It's like um yeah, it's called 480. Yeah, 35 points. Again, here kind of like fast accumulation, maybe. Or if you look at like this could be accumulation here. I mean, this is pretty, this kind of sloppy, I admit it. But again, it's just like the very basic concept. Okay, an hour and almost 20 minutes. Um, Unless someone is going to ask me a question, I'm probably going to end it here. Um, you can do more of these. You can do like one once a week or something like that. Um, and again, if I will see like 10 people committing to watching me live, like live streams, like, when the market is open, then I'll do that too. You're welcome, AJ. And also, last chance for you to pick a name. If not, it's gonna be AJ. I don't want to call you new visitor 35. Smiley face. Make make up a name, or it's gonna be okay. All right, AJ. Anyone else? I mean, I think it says here 5 people are still watching right now. AJ is cool. All right. Hey, I mean, it's up to you. Any name you want. All right, guys. Going once, going twice, and going thrice. Let me know. This was like the first kind of like study session or whatever, kind of more like review of Friday. But let me know what you guys would have liked to see instead for next time, maybe. All right, I think I'll end it here. All right, you took notes. Well, that's good. Next time, maybe do a trade review. Okay, I'll be like super weapon. Let market open. No, 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 no. That's when you feel like I will never lose another trade, and then the very next trade, bam, you lose your behind. All right, guys, I think that's good for today. Don't worry, I'm gonna demo trade. Okay. All right, guys, see you later.